it girl. It's giving Princess Pilates vibes. I knew it. 33-inch inseam. If I wore these to the gym, I would probably be sweating a little extra that day. Lint cleaned. Look what I have, you guys. A new package from Gymshark. Brand new items. Okay, brand new items that I get to give you all the details on. Half of the stuff is already up on the website right now. There's brand new Soft Sculpt. I love Soft Sculpt. I did a review on Soft Sculpt when it first came out. It is a very new range from Gymshark. So I'm really excited to see new silhouettes and brand new colors in the pieces and the material that I really enjoy. And then there's also a whole new lounge range called Cosy Luxe, which, girl, they couldn't have dropped this at a more perfect time because it's actually starting to get chilly here. And we've been needing some women's fleece, thick fleece joggers, okay, and lots of different silhouettes for the hoodies, crop tops, and zip-up jackets. So I'm going to be giving you guys a first look at the Cosy Luxe and then also sharing some of the new pieces for the Soft Sculpt. And I really wanted to highlight the flares that are coming out for Soft Sculpt because there is only one inseam, and then also do size comparison between small and medium because I feel like there's a big difference in the fit, which I wanted to focus on for today's video. So before we do dive into all the details, definitely check out Gymshark right now for the new Soft Sculpt that's already up on the website. And again, the Cosy Luxe will be launching on October 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check your time zones to do the conversion there. And as always, if you guys want to save an extra 10% off of your cart, you can always use discount code LACHEY10 at checkout. And it does support me directly and allows me to give you guys first looks at products like I am today before they're out, so you can shop smarter and pick the best sizing. I think that's always something that I tend to struggle with, is sizing on new collections and pieces that I've just never tried before. So if you guys do like these videos, definitely thumbs up. It really lets me know that you want to see more activewear and loungewear reviews. I wanted to start with color comparison. The only color I don't have from this new range is the unit green. I have so much unit green. I was like, give me something else. Gymshark loves the greens, and one thing about them, they're going to bring back older colorways even in new collections. Heavy blue has been around before, black we've seen before, and rich maroon, they've been doing a lot of maroon. I feel like that's the it girl color right now as we're in fall, so it's nice to see them have that in things like Adapt and Fleck, you know, the Safari, and then something more simplistic like the Soft Sculpt. And the newest color, which, girl, this is like such a surprise, and I have a lot of it. It's the Peri Blue. It's giving like an icicle blue, perfect for the winter time. So I'm happy to see something more vibrant alongside all of these neutral, more muted out shades. And I wanted to compare them to older colorways so you could see that there is a significant difference between the Peri Blue, which I thought initially was gonna look a lot like the Rest Blue, but it actually pulls more of that purpley shade, which is nice. And then also they've done a lot of like pinkish shades for this range too, so I wanted to compare the Washed Berry to the Rich Maroon and the Calm Pink, and there's definitely a big difference between those three. And then also Heavy Blue and Black are going to be your darker colors, and you can see obviously there's a difference there. And Walnut Brown is kind of just a standalone color for this collection. So all in all, I think these are such a beautiful color palette, and I do appreciate the color, but it being muted to be more wearable for every day, and also having the ability to mix and match these colors together, I think is really going to be such a cute way to have a fun outfit. Like Heavy Blue would be cute with Peri Blue, Rich Maroon and like the Washed Berry would match this jacket combo perfectly. And then even doing like a blue with the walnut, like the Peri Blue with the walnut, I think would be really cute as well. And then any color with the black honestly would work. So color palette gets a 10 out of a 10 for me. This entire collection is giving it girl. It's giving Princess Pilates vibes. It's giving sleek body, figure hugging fabric, comfortable for all day wear, even if you size down. I'm wearing a small right now, and girl, it fits so good. Like, I could literally take a nap in these leggings. I could run my errands all day in these leggings. I could go to the gym in these leggings and still feel comfortable wearing them coming home and cleaning up the apartment, right? Not feeling like I'm restricted or it's too tight and too compressive. Like, this is a really lightweight, four-way stretch, smooth, soft, buttery feel. If you are familiar with Everyday Seamless from Gymshark, it's kind of similar to that fabric, but I would say it is, for one, squat proof, even in the Peri Blue. So if you're looking for something that's as comfortable as Everyday Seamless, but you want something a little bit more squat proof that you could wear and be carefree with, this is the range for you. And it also gives me Skims vibes. If I had to compare to anything Skims, I said this in my initial review, it reminds me of the Soft Sculpt, not the Soft Sculpt, girl, the Soft Smoothing collection that Skims has, where it's sweat wicking in the fabric. It's very lightweight and airy and breathable. I wore a lot of my Soft Sculpt in the summer when it was like 100 degrees and very humid, and I didn't feel gross. Like, my clothes were sticking and clinging to me even if I was sweating on a hot summer day. So I do feel like these can be worn in the gym. I wouldn't necessarily be doing like RDLs in them or squats in them, but I would still wear them on a leg day to do things like hip thrusts or even pendulum squats. Like, I wouldn't do barbell squats, but like pendulum squats or hack squats, no one's gonna see my butt in the air, you know what I mean? So you could wear this for upper body days, cardio days, your rest days, your active rest where you're walking, your Pilates, your yoga, all that type of stuff. It truly is a collection that you could wear for anything. So it works for me and my lifestyle. It's just a 10 out of a 10, okay? So let's unbox this because a lot of my pieces are in here. I was lucky enough to get one of every piece, and whatever is not in here, I actually bought on the website. And I have black that came out in the first launch in pieces that are going to be launching too that I wanted to show you guys. But what I ordered online was size small for the bottoms, and Gymshark sent me size medium for the tops and the bottoms. That's just the size that they have on file for me. But this is the thing, sizing for Gymshark, I'm up and I'm down. It depends on what it is. What fabric it is will change the sizing that I want. And if it's a lounge, I'm not getting medium. I prefer large. Okay, sometimes extra large, sometimes extra large in the hoodies. So everything, even lounge, is gonna be in a medium. So I'll be able to show you guys a true size for that and not me oversizing with my loungewear. So very grateful for this package because I love to do these reviews for you guys, and I just love me some Gymshark, y'all. So they did include some cute Peri colored ruffle socks. So cute for a lounge day. They have the Gymshark head logo embroidered. We'll definitely be lounging in those, and a satin scrunchie. Y'all know I got curly natural hair. All I use is satin in my hair. So this is gonna be so cute to wear, and I love to have a coordinated matchy set. And just a little note about the collection as a whole. So it says that Soft Sculpt is soft, barely there fabric that's subtle knit structure for a sleek, minimal body sculpting fit. Embrace your Soft Sculpt era, period. And they said love Gymshark. So some of these things I've tried before in the first release, and I love that they revamped it and they were like, wait, we're gonna give you guys even more items. So for this collection, there are Soft Sculpt flare leggings. They have the Soft Sculpt shorts coming back, as well as the Soft Sculpt leggings coming back. And then there's also an all-in-one dropping in North America only. I don't have that piece here, but it looks so much cuter than the one that they did in the first launch. This new one doesn't appear to have a scrunch on the butt, which I really appreciate. They're also coming out with Soft Sculpt zip-up jackets this launch, as well as those really cute off-the-shoulder bralettes that came out in the first drop as well, and an all-new sports bra, which is a deep V cut. All-new halter back top with a shelf, and they updated the little midi top from the last launch and they put a shelf in it. So, I mean, they're really doing their thing over at Gymshark and giving us a little bit of something for everybody. Soft Sculpt, what is it? It is a very stretchy fabric, both vertically and horizontally. So you guys are gonna notice that these can be molded to your body perfectly. If you've ever tried, again, Everyday Seamless, it's very much so similar in that aspect, where it just fits and sits flawlessly. There is no scrunch on this, but there is a faux seam in the back to give you that glute separation. You can mold this in between your glutes and it gives such a flattering look, especially on the flares in this color. Something that's lighter, it's gonna pop on the glutes a lot more than, I don't know, black. But even in the black that I was wearing earlier today, like it still looked flattering. So it's a very comfortable silhouette. There's no front seam. I do not get any camel. However, I do get sort of an outline in my bigger size medium because there's just too much bunching in the overall rise for me. I don't have much of a torso, but I do feel like if you have a normal size torso or a taller, longer torso, then you probably won't experience much bunching. It's just because this fabric is so stretchy. This waistband, I do not have to roll it over. It fits literally at my natural waistline. So this is not your Adapt Safari or even Vital Seamless waistband. It is very wide if you look at it, but it's also thick and dense, but somehow still soft. And I don't know, it's just soft. It holds me in. I never have to pull my waistband up, and that's something that I don't like in comparison to something like the Whitney collection where they have a beautiful color palette, that thinner body fitting material. That waistband is ultra high rise and it rolls over because it is so high rise on me. This is just my preferred waistband where it just sits and I don't have to worry or fuss with it. And it has a nice texture to this waistband. It's not a ribbed material or anything like that, but it is almost like a woven waistband. It does have a different texture here at the top where it is more vertical, I guess, knitting, if you will. And it is a very soft, smooth material. I don't want to compare it to Honor Active's, what's that collection? Soft. There's too many words with soft in it. What is it? Soft Motion? That was almost like a microfiber, but if that was more smooth and a little slick, I could see it being somewhat comparable, but not really. Like, that's a reach. This has a little bit of a slickness to it, which makes it sweat wicking in comparison to Soft Motion, but is also, here, let me show you, very stretchy. This colorway again is lighter. I didn't have any squat proof issues. Again, this was in my bigger size medium, so I think it depends on the size that you get and the colorway and also the color of your skin. If you are maybe darker skin and you choose to size down, it might appear to be sheer in a deep squat. But for me, it was stand-up proof, it was squat proof in a deep squat, and I felt comfortable wearing it and would wear it out and about and to the gym. So definitely keep that in mind. These are also very nice because they have a minimal branded logo. It's a rubberized logo here, so whatever color of the bottoms or the top, it's gonna have a similar colorway with the logoing. And it doesn't say Gymshark or anything anywhere. It just has one simple logo, which I think is really nice. It makes these more wearable in places outside of just the gym space. Like, it doesn't just scream you're wearing activewear, because the silhouettes, I think mostly of the tops, make them look like outfits and really cute athleisure pieces. So those are little details that I really like. And then as far as the gusset on the shorts, these are very short inseam. I want to say they were around 4.5 inches, which is very short for me. But on the shorts, they have the two vertical seams for the gusset. Again, I did not get camel with these, but these will roll on you. And for me, I have long legs, so I just feel like a short like this is too freaking short. I would love to see them drop some freaking bikers. Could you imagine bikers in this fabric with no scrunch butt? Like, girl, I'm waiting for that day to come because I will have to get every color. I just feel like this type of material needs a little bit longer of an inseam. And on the shorts, I do have thicker thighs, so since they cut in a little bit, or they come a little bit shorter on my leg at like my thicker point, it's still very comfortable and doesn't dig in because of how stretchy it is at the bottom seam. It's not very stiff like a Vital Seamless. So it truly is very stretchy all around from the bottom seam to the waistband. So if in between with these, I think in this colorway, I would go for, I don't know, A medium? Yeah, it does give a little extra length from the inseam too with a bigger size. So that's something that we've already seen. It's just coming out in new colors. Gymshark has also dropped the soft sculpt leggings as well. So we got new colors in those coming too. Again, the same details with the minimal branded logo, the same exact waistband here, which is nice. Again, you could see how thick it is and dense. And with this being so thick, it does hold me in and it doesn't push my stomach down, you know, like that little gut that we have. Not everybody, but baby, I have a little bit of something going on down there. It still makes me feel held in and comfortable and confident. So I do like, again, where this hits me on the rise. For the gusset on the leggings, it is different than the shorts. You have more of like that oval gusset here that goes into the seams on the inner thigh. Again, same thing, I do not get camel in this, but because this is my bigger size in the medium, I want to also show you guys what the smalls look like side by side. I do get bunching in the rise area in between the bottom of the waistband and the gusset because this is, again, very stretchy and there's just a lot of extra material. So for that reason, I would definitely say if you are someone that's in between or you have a shorter torso, go with your smaller size. If you are true to size, you can definitely go with your true size. Because this is so stretchy, the difference between the small and the medium, it might look bigger or a bigger difference. It was about 2 inches all the way around on the waistband between a small and a medium. And because it's so stretchy, it still fits very comfortably. It's not suffocating me where I have to take them off. So because of that reason, I definitely prefer these leggings in a size small, and it eliminated all of the bunching that I was experiencing from the size medium. So I wanted to note that. And as far as the inseam length, I will include measurements for you guys. These are more of a cropped length on me, but you can get a little extra stretch out of them because they do stretch 4 ways, which I do really like. And then all of the stitching too is tonal. It's not going to be a contrast from the body of the legging like some of their other designs. It's more timeless, you know. You can have this in your gym girl wardrobe for every season and it'll be constantly on rotation. I just feel like these are that type of collection for me. And the first round, I got everything in a medium and I was like, oh, the bunching is so bad. It wasn't something that I reached for that much in the leggings, but the tops were something that I wear a lot more. Now that I have the small to compare to the medium, I'm so much happier with the smalls, and I kind of want to go buy all the same colors from the previous launch for Black Friday because I want to wear them. They're so cute. So I really like those. And then, girl, my favorite thing for the bottoms, I don't know, if I had to pick between the shorts, the leggings, and the flares, I would pick the flares. I was a little bit concerned because I knew that these were only coming out in Girl 1 inseam and we're all different, and I already have such a hard time trying to find flares or straight legs that fit. The Honor Active ones were way too long and it was just annoying. Some Gymshark flares are too short, or other brands only come out with 1 inseam and it just doesn't work for everyone's proportions. So these measured at 33 inches of an inseam from the gusset, and they are tall girl friendly, okay? Yes, with shoes too. So I'm really happy to report that. I am 5'6", so use that for reference, but I think the measurement of the inseam is more helpful for you guys watching this video. They have the same oval style gusset as the traditional leggings. So again, I didn't get any camel. Again, I found this colorway to be extremely flattering, especially with the way that it flared out. It kind of flared out a little bit higher on my leg, and they do have almost like a double seam going down on the flare, if you guys can see that, but they're tonal, so it's not super noticeable. So I wanted to kind of point that out. And then this is what the bottom of the flare looks like. So Gymshark has done a lot of flare leggings recently. They have the Dip V waistback flares that were very narrow, not as wide as these. They have the Whitney flares that do come in 3 different inseams, which is nice: short, regular, and tall. But again, those are so ultra high rise. I just don't find them to flatter me as much as I would prefer them to. And these, I feel like these are the best flares that I've ever tried from Gymshark. Again, there's no front seam on them. Some of their leggings do have front seams still. Not a fan of those. Will never pick those up from any brand. And again, being that this has no scrunch, but it has that faux seam and then the flare, it just hugs the glutes perfectly, and then it hugs my hamstrings too perfectly, and then it flares out and hides how skinny my calves are, so it kind of just makes me look thick all over. And because these are wider of a flare than the Dip V waist back leggings, those were cute, but those were just so narrow and I still felt very skinny. And as a girl that's trying to bulk and look thick, these just do it for me. And I will say these are in a medium. I would imagine these to have a little bit longer inseam versus a small, but again, I do get a little bit of bunching in the crotch area, so I try to just pull that fabric towards the back to eliminate that. And I guess if you're in between for the lighter color, maybe consider sizing up to eliminate any sheerness. So I'm not mad at the size medium for these flare pants because of the length and the way that they're cut. So I really like the colorway and everything about them. Again, they're very similar to the shorts and the leggings, just the fit and the cut of the leg itself. So if you have thicker thighs, girl, this is gonna be so stretchy. It's just such a good fit, very comfortable. And I'm gonna have to go back for the maroon colorway in these pants because I'm so happy that they fit with the inseam length. And they definitely surprised me, I think, the most out of this collection. And I just need all the colors. I also feel like these would be such a staple in black, and I could see them being worn for travel days during the holidays. Even the maroon is just giving Christmas. It's giving like Valentine's Day. It's giving fall vibes. I feel like that color is such a staple that I would get a lot of use out of. So I really liked the fit of these, and girl, it's so flattering. You guys will see in the try on portion. My favorite part of the video, yeah, I love to do the measurements for you guys. Now these are short shorts. They're coming in at an inseam around 4.5 inches. So keep that in mind. If you are a shorter, more petite girl, I think you will really enjoy. I still wear these shorts for under my sweatpants. Now this is a size medium, so the overall rise from the base of the waist to the gusset is 4 inches, and then the thick waistband, which is one of my favorite features, is about 3 3/4 of an inch. The waistband measures 13 inches in width. This waistband has no like ribbing like you would see on Adapt. It has more of like this texture. Very soft on the skin, very compressive, very, very stretchy. The whole entire legging is. These I have in a size small, so you guys will be able to see a little bit of a difference there, if any, which I'm expecting there to be a shortening in the overall rise. The overall width of the waistband is about 12 inches, so that's a whole inch smaller, 2 inches all the way around. The overall rise is 7.5 inches. Quick comparison between a size medium and then a small legging. I just wanted to do a flat lay so you guys could see a little bit of a difference. So yeah, just about an inch, so 2 inches all the way around on the waistband width, which is expected. I feel like that's a good jump between a small to a medium. And then it looks like the gusset is sitting a little bit higher, just a little bit, so hopefully that will take away some of that extra bunching that I was experiencing in the mediums. That's why I wanted to size down to a size small. So again, the issue I was having is in the rise, just being overall too much material on someone that has a shorter torso. So that's 8 inches for the overall rise on a small versus 8 inches. So are they only getting rid of the waistband and the width of the legging and not the rise? I'm so confused. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see when we try them on, because the measurements, baby, they don't lie. Yeah, 8 inches. Mind you, this is very stretchy, so it will fit however you like. If you're in between sizes like me, I'm a small, I'm a medium, in a fabric like this that is so forgiving, 4-way stretch, I really could size down for a more fitted look, especially to get rid of extra material that tends to sit in the crotch area. But again, if you are a taller girl, I think that if you're in between, you could go with your bigger size if you want to get rid of, let's say, some sheerness with the lighter colors here. And if you want to have less of a compressive fit in the waistband, as it is about 2 inches all the way around of a difference between these two sizes. The inseam measurement on the regular leggings for a size small. 24.5 inches. Again, it is very stretchy vertically, so you can make them stretch more full length with this material. And these are a size medium in the flares, which this is the only inseam in this style. So I have tried them on. They are tall girl long leg friendly, but I wanted to give measurements for those of you that are curious to know if these would be good for you. Yes, I knew it. 33-inch inseam. I feel like if you want to wear these, maybe you're a little bit on the shorter side and you want to pair them with more like a platform UGG or a chunkier shoe like a 90-60, these will be fine. I want to see if the rise is any different. 8.5 inches on the medium for the flare for the overall rise. So it's more fabric than the leggings in this area. I have a medium because that's what Gymshark sent me, and I'm actually happy they did because of the lighter color. It was completely squat proof on me, so I wanted to note that. But there's a lot of just extra fabric compared to the tightness of the waistband, so I would have been interested to try this particular flare style in a size small just to see because of the stretch. So it's about 14.25 inches in width for the fabric underneath the waistband versus these. I know, very confusing with the measurements. That's giving a little shorter. Hold on. 14 inches on the shorts. So I feel like it's puckering a little bit more on the flares, and that could just be because these are flare pants. Keep that in mind. If in between, maybe you'll want to size down, but because I have longer legs, I can only imagine this having a little extra inseam length versus a size down. So definitely keep that in mind too if you are on the taller scale. There's a lot of tops that are new, and I bought mediums for the tops. I'm actually wearing the maroon one right now. I feel like if you're in between and you want that BBL body figure hugging fit, you can size down. Not size down, but if you're in between, go with your smaller size. So this is what the medium looks like on me. There is some extra looseness here. It has some contour detail here as well. I would imagine in my smaller size small, the contour would sit a little bit higher, which would be a little bit more ideal. And there is a little bit of puckering here. So I feel like if I got a small in these tops, it would just fit a little bit better. Again, it is so stretchy. You see that snapback? It's insane. And this top is more of a long, full length version and a higher cut on the neck. I really love this top for those days when you just want to be covered up and you don't want to be running around with a little bra on and you want to run errands or something like that. I just feel like it gives sleek, polished, and put together, again, Pilates princess. And I really like that. And then that's going to be compared to this silhouette, which is more of a cropped length. If you have a shorter torso, this will definitely cover your stomach and will overlap the waistband, which is still really nice. I just think I prefer the cut of this one. Granted, this does not have any shelf built into it, whereas this one does, which I think is really nice, and it has more of a scoop on the neckline. And it also has like faux piping on the back to kind of match the leggings too, which I think is really nice. And it has short sleeves to this fit, and again that same little contour detail, which I think you could see a little bit better in this Peri color. And also I wanted to show you the inside of this top. So there's no cut pads to this, but I do like the extra support and layer and coverage. These were things that I was living in the summer, and it was just so carefree. It was great. And this is what it looks like. It almost just has like a bra with no pads. And the band there, and you can also see that little contour detail from the inside of the structure here. So I don't really think it lifts or does anything. Maybe in my bigger size medium it doesn't, but if it was in a size small, maybe it would. I would also say if you have a larger bust, this would definitely fit and sit really beautifully on you. I don't have much going on up here, so it doesn't really do much as far as contouring and shaping, but I do love that feature. It just makes it look more girly in my opinion, and more of a top and less of like, oh, she's wearing activewear, because of the subtle contour detail. Again, very stretchy, so if you want to have a more fitted feel, you could definitely size down. If you have a smaller bust, you could definitely size down for that shelf to kind of sit a little bit more comfortable for you. And all of the material is 88% nylon and 12% elastane. Very stretchy, and again, very buttery, and it's sweat wicking, which is always nice. I want to give you guys a little bit of a overlay between the two tops so you can see how short the little crop top is. I just love that they're doing full coverage tops. This in a long sleeve, baby, give us a long sleeve in the full length. I will wear it with everything. I think I could also mix and match this full length top with my Adapt stuff, and it would look really cute to have something solid with something more of a print. So these I think are really good basics to wear outside of just the leggings. I pair these tops from the Soft Sculpt collection with the little bralettes and all that cute stuff with jeans, or I'll wear them with sweatpants. This would look so cute with sweatpants. Girl, I can't. So I wanted to show you guys the differences between those two tops because online they kind of look similar. I think the biggest difference is the length, and then one of them has the built-in shelf bra, which is the midi top with shelf. So if you guys are looking for that, you can pick that up. I'm wearing a twisted bralette underneath this for support, and it's comfortable and it fits great. It's not see-through or sheer or anything like that. I'm sitting directly in front of my window, so keep that in mind. This is the Peri. Again, that one definitely surprised me. There's black. The rich maroon. So I think these are great, and you don't have to worry about these being sheer. There is a little bit of lint, I would say. I don't know where it came from. Maybe this fleece jacket I was wearing. If you have maybe like a dog, I think you might be able to see their fur and stuff clinging to you. And if you have something that's very linty, again, you might have some of that lint clinging to this fabric. So definitely wanted to note that. For these, for washing, I would not put fabric softener in the washer, and I would not put them in the dryer. So hang dry only and then wash with cold. That's what I would do, because I feel like it is a delicate fabric, but I don't think it would pill. Mine haven't pilled in the gym, and I sit on the floor to do hip thrust and have contact with other things like my barbell pad, and then I also sit on the turf to stretch and whatnot. So I do think it is durable for the gym space, and that's just because it is kind of like a plusher version of the everyday seamless. Just like a thicker version of everyday seamless, and more soft and not so shiny. And that's what I like about this, because I don't like shiny leggings, guys. Y'all know this. I say this all the time. There's no shininess to this fabric. Like the Skims material, that was so shiny. I couldn't do it if you watched that review. Like, this just gives very luxe with the material. And again, it's a nylon and elastane blend. So again, overall, colorways 10 out of 10. There's some more top options too. So if you guys are someone that loves an open back, they delivered with this beautiful halter style tank top. It also has a built-in shelf, which is so nice because the back is open. You know, you don't have to really worry about wearing a bra underneath it. The halter style is not adjustable, but it is, again, very stretchy and very soft, so super comfortable around the neck. I didn't get any digging or cutting in on my traps, which can be a problem for halter style bras and tops if the fit is a little too tight. So I do love that. And the back does not cut in at my lat area. I do store some of my fat in my back, so it's nice to see that this doesn't cut in or make me feel like I'm big, like a linebacker or something. So I love the overall fit, and this would look so good with some sweatpants, y'all, with the shorts underneath, and then do upper body day. Like, if you just want some coverage, we all have those days when we don't want to just wear a bra in the gym. This is exactly what we needed, is more coverage options. So I really like that. I will also say, wherever they put these tags, it pops out. So I mean, yeah, it can cut it, but you could still see reminiscence of the tag left over because of this seam at the top. So it almost wants to look like the shirt is inside out because of the way that the tag hangs. So I wish they would just be a little bit more cautious, if you will, of where they put these freaking tags. I had the same issue with the Whitney leggings. The tag was on the waistband and they constantly rolled down and the tag was always being exposed. So it's just not an ideal placement for me. And maybe if I steamed it to be the seam to be back in the inside, is that making sense? It wouldn't be popping out the way that it is because it just wants to unroll. I don't know. So I'm not a fan of where they put. So that was the one thing that I was not a fan of, where they put the where they put the placement of the tag on the halter. I was just not a big fan of that. But similar to the other tops, they do have that contouring underneath the bust area to give you that subtle sculpted look, which I think again makes this more elevated and just so girly and super cute. So definitely love this piece. There again is no place to insert cup pads to this, so definitely keep that in mind if you are a cup pads girl. And another top option is this V-cut bra. Again, they sent me a medium for this. I don't have boobies, so I don't have anything to fill this out. And I think I would have preferred this in small, to be honest. It does, however, come with removable pads. So I think I will try this on without the padding because the padding adds way more structure to this bra and it doesn't fit what I have because I don't have much to fill out all the space for the size that I received. So here's the cup pads. They're very soft and really nice. So I will note that with this. Also, it's a very deep V cut. So maybe if you have a larger bust but you want a minimal style bra, this will be good for you because it offers more coverage all around. And then it does have adjustable straps in the back, which is really nice too, and a wider band for some support. Very stretchy here, so it's not going to cut in or dig in on your lat area or be too high cut underneath the armpit, which is nice. So I like that it is adjustable. I think this is a good bra that we haven't had in terms of minimal but still offering coverage for those of the girls that have a bigger, heavier, fuller chest. I think this with the strap detail does remind me of the twist bralette, but more full coverage. So if you like that silhouette but maybe you're like, oh man, I can't wear it because I have like bigger boobs, this will be a great option for you to have like the best of both worlds. But if you're smaller chested, definitely consider sizing down for this bra. It is thick in layers, so I wouldn't be concerned to wear this without the cup pads in them. I mean, I don't really care to have nips. I mean, we all have nips, who cares? But I wanted to kind of mention the sizing for this and how deep of the plunge that this is. But I do think this would be a cute bra for loungewear to wear underneath things like hoodies and stuff too. It's just not my favorite silhouette, and I definitely prefer the updated like minimal halter style bras. Right now, those are my absolute favorite, and I will always love the twist front bralettes and the minimal style halter bras. Like, I just really like the more minimal style. This just feels a little bulky on my frame, but not everyone is built the same. And then I wanted to show you the pieces that came out previously. I only have the black zip-up jacket. This is coming out in the maroon color as well as the heavy blue. So if you are someone that wants more of a layering effect to wear in the gym or for running errands, and maybe you just don't want to wear your bra on its own, these little jackets are perfect. And they do have the thumb holes. Okay, I love that. They're very comfortable. They're not super tight like Vital Seamless, again because this material is so stretchy. And I have my jacket in a medium. It's more long length than the Vital Seamless ones, and it has, well, it's hard to see in the black, but it has that faux seam going down the back just like the faux seam on the leggings, and then some contouring as well, which is very flattering. And it is a higher mock neck silhouette, and it has subtle tonal branding on the zipper pull and that little turtleneck to kind of conceal the zipper as well. The zipper also does lock in place, so if you want to wear it quarter zip, it will not further zip down. So it has a lot of really good features. This is something I wear to the gym a lot and mix and match with other things like my Adapt Safari stuff, my Flex stuff, and I'll take it off when I'm wanting to warm up, or I'll bring this with me when I want to run errands after the gym. So I really like these jackets. Oh, I love it. It comes really far down on your hands too. Stitching is just really nice. Everything about it is so sleek. Even the branding on the black pieces is so subtle you can barely see it. So the jackets will be coming back, and guess what's also coming back? These bralettes that are off the shoulder. I don't wear these to the gym. I wear these a lot in the summer with jeans because they are very cropped and with a high-waisted bottom, it just looks so good. And these do come with removable pads in them, which is really nice. And you could wear them off the shoulder or straight up and down. I feel like it looked really cute off the shoulder when I wore these. And with the tonal branding, it just makes it so easy to wear with actual outfits. And these also have the contour detail underneath the bust as well. Very comfortable pieces. I think these are, again, such a girly piece that we just don't see a whole lot on Gymshark as a whole. This I do have in a medium for all of the tops, and I would say for this one, if in between size up, especially if you have more of a built back, I feel like it's stretchy. It just stretches to my body perfectly. So I love this piece so much, and I love that they have pieces, again, that you could wear in the gym space but also outside of the gym space, and different cut lengths for everyone's body and preferences. And this is such a good collection, and I'm so happy that they brought them back in really beautiful colors. Again, there's the unit green that is coming out in a lot of these pieces as well, if you guys are interested in them, and that all-in-one piece I would be interested to pick up as well around like Black Friday time. So those are all the tops and the leggings for the new soft Sculpt range, and the colors, the size differences between the smalls and the mediums. And then there's also the new lounge that's coming out, the Cosy Luxe collection. And this is going to be dropping in 4 different colorways. In zip-up jackets, there's going to be long oversized hoodies, as well as crew neck tops that are going to be more of a cropped length. There's also going to be your traditional cuffed joggers, and then I have the straight legs here to show you guys in the gray Marl. So the colors that are coming out in these will be, girl, my notes are all over the place. These will be dropping in the soft gray Marl. There'll be blue Marl, Onyx Grey, and rich Maroon. I will be going back to get all of these in the other colorways in the straight legs. So Gymshark did send me mediums for the bottoms and then also the top. If I were to pick my own size, which I will be ordering all the other ones, I'm going to be getting a large in the bottoms and extra large in the hoodie. So let's talk about the Cosy Luxe fabric. This is probably the thickest lounge that Gymshark has done. I love the training fleece joggers. I can't even compare that to these because those are fleece lined, but they are thin. They're breathable. You can wear them in the gym and not be sweating your butt off. But if I wore these to the gym, I would probably be sweating a little extra that day. Okay, these remind me a lot of the Skims cotton fleece joggers, where they're thicker, they're plush, they're fleece lined, they're giving luxe vibes. So if you're familiar with that, think those for the Gymshark version, and I really like them. So I would say overall for sizing, size up for a true oversized, more baggy look, or you could say true to size for a relaxed feel. Definitely would recommend sizing up though for the hoodies and stuff, because they don't really give truly oversized in my opinion. Where's the tag? Where the tag? So we could talk about fabric. Here we go. These are made up of 42% cotton and 58% polyester. And then to compare that to the training fleece, that is made up of 80% cotton and 20% polyester. So a very big jump in the two blends. This I love so much more. Like, that's why I need to get these in every colorway. They have such a nice luxe logo on them. It is 3-dimensional the way that it's put on here. They have vertical deep set pockets. So when I walk my dog, I can put my keys somewhere in the poop bags and I don't have to worry about it when it's super cold outside. And this is the straight leg. These are long leg friendly. Again, these only come in 1 inseam length, and they are still long enough for me. Again, I'll be getting these in a large just because I really like more space in the leg area. I like it to just be a really big baggy boyfriend fit. And the medium is fine, but I just like things really big, okay? The waistband also has an adjustable cord, so I don't have an issue sizing up. If it's a little bit too loose, I can always adjust it. I'd rather it be too big than too tight and then hugging in all the wrong places. So I wanted to mention that. It's a really nice stretchy waistband too. The fabric has a little bit of, like, I don't want to say stretch, but some cotton joggers can be just stiff. These are soft, but I don't know, like they just move with you in a way. So I really like that. And then I want to show you guys a close-up of the fleece. It's just very soft and thick and plush, especially compared to the training fleece joggers. And I will say a lot of the Gymshark joggers, like I always tell you, it's so hard to differentiate which styles have the fleece lining versus the French terry lining, because they don't put those things in the description unless maybe the title of the item says like fleece, training fleece joggers, you know what I mean? Then you can kind of understand, okay, that's what I'm gonna get. So for that reason, like I'm really happy to see a fleece option, especially for the fall and the winter, because we always get those terry like lining. And it's not always the thickest or warmest. It's more breathable, which is great for the gym. And I'll wear those for the gym because it doesn't cling lint and make me feel like I'm like extra hot, versus the terry fleece that's more breathable and doesn't stick to me when I am sweating. Also, just by touching this, I could see some lint flowing in the air, and I haven't washed these yet. So I wanted to note that too. Make sure you wash these before you wear them, because if you do sweat in them, I'm sure it will start to cling to your skin. So make sure you guys do that. But overall, I'm such a big fan of this silhouette. I've been also seeing Gymshark drop a lot of straight leg options for the women's line, but also the men's too. I've worn the Crest men's straight leg pants, and those are fleece lined, but they're not as plush as these. So I'm happy to see a women's version come out in multiple color options and have them be neutral and still wearable. The blue marl looks really pretty. There's also the rich maroon, which girl, I need so bad for fall time, and then also for the holidays. I think that'd just be so cute. And then Onyx Grey will be coming out, which looks more like an ashy black, I would say. It's not a true black or anything, definitely more of a darker gray option. So if you don't like the straight legs, they will come in the cuffed joggers, which I don't have those here to show you guys, but I'm definitely a fan of these. They just flatter me so well, and they'll look so cute with some Uggs. I already know I'm gonna be living in these joggers, guys. I'm obsessed. Like I literally want to take this set off now and put these on and edit this video, which I will do. So love those. Again, if in between and you like an oversized true fit, size up. I don't think you'd regret it. And also don't put these in the dryer, because you just never know. I just feel like my lounge from any brand will shrink if I put it in the dryer, so I always hang dry, wash, and cold. And you should be fine for the inseam length if you are a taller girl. So for the top, this will be coming in a zip up version. And again, they sent me a medium. Again, I would have preferred this in a large, to be honest. You could see it's not a full length. It's giving cropped, but again, I don't have much of a torso, so it does come about hip bone length on me. And for the fall time, I really want to be bundled and cuddled, so I would prefer something a little bit bigger, baggier, and oversized. So I think my preferred top from all the three options would be the oversized hoodie, because it is a longer length. But if you like more of a slightly oversized fit and something that's not too big and baggy that's swallowing you, this or the crew neck would be a great option, because those look to be the same length. Again, for a medium, it is a nice fit. It fits me like my true size, but for lounge, I just don't want anything that's fitted. Like, give me something big and baggy. So that's just a personal preference for me. There's no draw cords to the hoodie here, but the hoodie is very large and again, plush. It's like double lined from both sides, very thick. Definitely gonna keep you toasty if you want to go for a walk and it's a little bit crisp and chilly outside. The zipper pull I think is really cute. It's almost like a vintage antique silver, but it has Gymshark spelled out, which is such a nice touch. And then the same 3D Gymshark logo. That's the only logo, very minimal, which I think is really nice too. They're all gonna be white, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm looking at the file. They're all white, so they're not tonal like the soft Sculpt is. So keep that in mind too. And then they have little tiny pockets on them. I would prefer a kangaroo pouch, yes, like the hoodie. I just feel like you could put your hands in it if you're going for a walk or whatever and be nice and toasty. But it is nice that they have those pockets there. And then the ribbing on the bottom is not narrow and tight where it hits me and hugs me and makes me look awkward. So I do like that. It's definitely an oversized fit at the bottom band where it's ribbed. And here's the back. If in between, I would just say size up. Just size up. You'll get a more comfortable fit. That same thick fleece lining. And really cute. Like, I just think it's such a plush collection, and again, I feel like Gymshark was missing something like this. So if you want something that's similar to, like I said, the Skims range, this would be very equivalent to that. And again, the colors are really beautiful. Now it's time to get into a little bit of a try on, you guys. I feel like I wanted to voice this over because I had a lot of things to say when it comes to the fit. So for these soft sculpt leggings, I'm currently wearing a size small, and I absolutely love how the small fits me. You guys will see later on some of the mediums and how big of a difference it is come the rise. But because these are super stretchy, it is really forgiving, and it's still gonna flatter your legs and your glutes, especially being that this doesn't have a scrunch. It's kind of shocking. It's very subtle, but still sculpting to the body, and I really liked how it feels on. And you can see the inseam length is stretchy, but it's easy to cover with socks if you have longer legs like myself. And these come up naturally at my waistline, so I don't even have to bother trying to fold the waistband down. The fit is absolutely perfect for me, so size small would definitely be my personal preference when it comes to this range. And the top that I'm wearing is actually in a medium. I would prefer for this silhouette to size down to a small as someone that is in between, because the fabric is so stretchy. You can definitely see a lot of the bunching and just the extra material. It also has some extra space in the shoulder area as well, and I wouldn't be afraid to size down. I wouldn't really worry about it being maybe too tight on the arm area, but you could see all of the bunching on the back of this top. So that's all I have to say when it comes to the fit of this piece. Definitely recommend to size down for the top and the bottoms too. I just feel like the fit is just so much better, and even in a small, it is still squat proof, and I would be really comfortable doing legs in these leggings. So overall, I'm really happy with my size down, and I'm happy that I now know which size I prefer. And surprisingly enough, I see no cellulite. I do have cellulite, okay, but this material is very smoothing and sculpting to the body in a weird way, being that this is a thinner legging material in comparison to something like a Vital or an Adapt, but it really makes my muscles pop, okay? These are the exact two same pieces. I really like this blue. It's a nice navy, but a vibrant navy, not one that's too dark. And again, with the top, again, I wish I had this one in a size small. I do really appreciate the subtle tonal branding, very minimal. And the fit, again, in my size small leggings, I don't have the bunching of the fabric, and I don't get camel, as you can tell. Very good stretch retention in the waistband, even in my smaller size. And even the medium was comfortable fit in the waistband. So I'm happy that I like both as a girly that's in between. Very stretchy. There is a little bit of a, I wouldn't say shininess, but a subtle sheen to this material. That's something that I noticed while standing directly in front of my window. But hello, do you see how flattering? Also squat proof. I'm wearing nude underneath, and I can't see anything. So 10 out of 10. I love this navy color. I don't have a lot of solid basic navy pieces, and I really wanted to pick this set up. Super stinking cute, fits good, super soft, and I wanted to show you what it looked like if I did roll the waistband. Not necessary, and I actually don't prefer that, which is crazy because I feel like I'm always having to roll my waistband. Next up, I'm wearing the Peri shorts in a size medium, and same thing with the rise, they come up at my natural waistline. Very stretchy still in a size up, but even in the shorts, I'm noticing bunching in the crotch area. No camel, but definitely it shows a little bit of an outline of a V area. And these are very stretchy around the thigh area. I do feel like I have thicker thighs. They are really short on the back, as you can see. I definitely prefer more of a 6-inch. I'm a biker shorts girly. So if you are more petite and you like shorter shorts, these are definitely for you. They made the quads look insane, I will have to say. That is a benefit of shorter shorts. They didn't cut in on my legs or anything, but these definitely rolled up after a few squats. And that's definitely because, one, they're too short and they cut around the thickest part of my leg, but also the leg opening is just really stretchy. So I would have loved to have seen these in a longer inseam. and that would have definitely eliminated any rolling that I had here. But they are really cute. For me, they're just not practical or functional in the gym. So I have on the top with the built-in shelf. This is the midi length in a size medium. I love the size medium in this. I think because it has that extra layer with the shelf, it gives support and it's not too tight where that band is at the bottom. So for this one, if in between, I definitely recommend to go with your bigger size, or if you have a larger bust or a wider rib cage, you could definitely consider going with your bigger size. If true to size, definitely go true to size. And I felt like this wanted to kind of ride up for the top because it's just so stretchy. It doesn't really stay in place. So I felt like that actually with a lot of the tops, including the jacket. And for this, I'm wearing the tank in a medium. You could just see it's not very like tight BBL style, I'm noticing, for all the silhouettes. So maybe that's just the cut of these pieces, but I did get some gaping on the front of this, but that is probably because I don't have much of a chest, and maybe I could have done well with a size small because of that reason, to eliminate any extra material there. But I love, again, the fit of the shelf underneath. Doesn't have a space to put in any pads. The back of this was so flattering. I didn't get any lat spillage, and the halter, while it wasn't adjustable, was very comfortable in my size medium. I will say I did get a little bit of peanut butter on the front of this, and that freaking tag, man, it just doesn't look good. They really need to remove that or put it somewhere else because it kept wanting to pop out. But I will say I didn't get any puckering on this side of this, which is nice considering I went with my bigger size, but again, it gapes in the front. So keep that in mind. And then I'm wearing a size medium for the flare bottoms in the Peri color, and they are long leg friendly, and I noticed that they started to flare on me right on my knee area. So I felt like that was super flattering for the fact that I have really small calves. But this just looks so good. It's very smoothing, again, in this light color. I can't see my texture, so I felt like it really made my hamstrings pop. I didn't know how big my hamstrings were until I saw this clip, and it also makes your quads look really good too, just based on where these pants flare out. And again, because this is a medium, it's definitely more comfy on the waistband, but I did notice more bunching in the crotch area, which honestly, guys, I don't love that. So after going with a small and trying that out, definitely my preference, but I had no issues with this color being sheer or anything like that. So I definitely would be comfortable with the sheerness not being there, and the fact that it's very smoothing to my imperfections. And look at that, it's so flattering, like effortlessly without a scrunch. But here's the bunching I was talking about. When I'm walking around and moving around, I feel like it's more noticeable too. You can see that like it creases. But overall, I really love these leggings. I think I'm gonna try a size small when I order the burgundy ones to see how that fits with the length and eliminating the extra bunching like the traditional leggings did for me. But I really love this color. It's very unique for Gymshark, and I'm happy that they added a nice pop for the fall time and the winter. So I have on size medium in the regular leggings, and still really freaking flattering. I noticed again, just the bunching you just saw was just insane compared to the size small. So use that as a reference when it comes down to picking your sizes. And just know that it's very stretchy, so you could really go up or down just depending on how you like to feel in your leggings. But I tried to pull the extra bunching towards the back and try to shimmy it in the crack, and it worked for a second, but honestly I just need a small. So yeah, the leggings are a good length for me. I always wear crew socks anyway to the gym, and I love these little rest day socks that Gymshark has, and I think they're super cute with this range. So hopefully they come out with more of those socks soon. And girl, this bra, I did not like this bra. This was my least favorite thing out of, I think, everything Soft Sculpt. First of all, it's the wrong size for me, so I'm probably basing it off of that. The V is super deep, so it definitely adds a lot of gaping, even with the adjustable straps on the back. And it's just too much fabric in width, especially at the upper part of the bra where it goes into the straps. However, I didn't get any lat spillage. I think because it is adjustable, you can loosen or tighten this to your liking. I just don't like how it looks either in the back. I don't know, like the full coverage tops are just everything for me, and I mean, it's just my perfect combo. But if you have a bigger bust and you have something to fill out all this extra space, you definitely might prefer this style. But on me, it just looked awkward and a little bit bulky. So I'm trying on the Soft Sculpt jacket in a size medium. Also need a small. This jacket I had from the first original launch, and it does have like a curved edge at the bottom, and again it has that bunching as well. The arms, however, are really long and they have the thumb holes and they cover my palms, which I do love the fit of that. It is pretty comfortable in a size medium, but if you don't want that bunching, definitely go with your smaller size if in between. I definitely would prefer to get the maroon in a small when I go and pick up some more pieces because of all of this extra fabric, and it does ride up as well because it's not body hugging, but it looks so cute. Even like the black combo with the Peri, it's a really cute look, and I really liked pairing those together. And here we are in the cozy, what is this called? Cosy Luxe in the straight legs. I'm wearing a medium for the joggers and a medium for the zip up top. I said earlier I would have preferred a large, but after like wearing these around the house, I'm wearing them right now, I like the medium. They're not too big, and maybe my issue is I'm used to wearing men's clothes, like men's joggers or the everywhere joggers that Gymshark has, and they're massive on me. But I really like the fit of the medium. It's probably my true oversized fit. If you're looking for something that's thick, comfy, and cozy, these are definitely gonna be the sweats for you. I really like the subtle branding, and the pocket details are really nice. I do feel like I would have loved this in a hoodie because I just want a big baggy hoodie, no zipper or anything. I feel like a hoodie is just more comfortable. I don't know, that's just me. Personal preferences, I guess. But this will be a great layering piece to put on and take off if you're in the gym or whatever and you don't want to mess up your hair. It does look really cute with this bra underneath. I think that would be a cute vibe paired with the Soft Sculpt shorts. I think these pieces go really well together as layering pieces. And again, it has that fleece lining with a massive hood. If I didn't have my bun, girl, this hood would have been perfect. Oversized, comfortable, not awkward or anything. Again, it doesn't have the draw cords. I really like how simple the jacket is and how long the joggers are. Like, really cute for lounging around the house. Like, give me a matching set any day, please. I'll take it. Those are all the pieces that I have to show you guys. I feel like it was a lot of different items to touch on. And if you want to see more details on the previous collection and a more in-depth review on things like the jacket, the bralette, and the cropped top, definitely check that video out. A lot of those pieces are actually on sale right now, so if you want to get a little bang for your buck in different color options, definitely check that out on the website. And again, Soft Sculpt is live right now, but coming on Thursday you guys will get the Cosy Luxe, which will be dropping in all of the 4 colorways, which I'll be shopping with you guys. So drop a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite item from this video today. And also, if you guys are looking to save 10% off of your cart at Gymshark, you can always use the discount code LaShay10 to save. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you girls next time. Bye!